Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a colorful video. I will be talking about this bad boy here. This is the James Charles Morphe palette, and it is called the Artistry palette. This palette is absolutely beautiful. It has every single color I think you will need to create a look out there. Look at that bad boy. So beautiful. I also will be talking about his brush set in this video. Of course, I had to pick it up. I like to try brushes. They're kind of my little obsession besides makeup, but who's to judge me? And quickly, I want to run down on some things before I go ahead. I will be doing a full face tutorial so you guys can see these brushes working. And I will be doing sort of a colorful eye look inspired by an Instagrammer that I fell in love with, and I will go ahead and show you guys that in a second. But this palette basically was created in collab with James Charles, and this is a palette that contains technically your everyday colors, but also some colors that you can use for Artistry 6. And one thing you should know about these palettes is some of these shadows are eyeshadow palettes, others are pressed pigments, and basically what pressed pigments are is what it says. It's a pigment pressed down. It cannot be considered an eyeshadow because it is not FDA approved for the use around the eyes. They sometimes can leave stain, and if very sensitive can cause hives or irritation around the eyes, and like I said, it can cause some staining. So I will tell you real quick what colors are the colors that are going to cause not irritation, but are not FDA approved, so they're not called eyeshadow, they're called pressed pigments. So the pressed pigments in this is Rusted, Mary, You're Kidding, Boutique, Benny, Tune, B, Brother, Artistry, Love That, Pinkity Drinkity, Cola, Escape, Single, and Skip. And all the other colors, of course, are eyeshadows. And I want to go ahead and do something a little fun, something out of my ordinary. Also, on this video, I will be announcing the winner of the other palette that I went ahead and purchased, still in the packaging. You would have to wait to the end of the video to find out who won that. And of course, I will be DMing that person directly once this video goes up. So if you guys will like to see more of this tutorial, please keep on watching. Alright guys, so I am gonna go ahead and start with the eyes, and I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I am going to have the shades pop up at the corner. This palette's so big that I don't want to keep picking it up. It's a little annoying. I love the size of the palette for myself, but trying to pick it up on camera is a little frustrating. And of course, I'm gonna go in to the brushes, which I kind of forgot to tell you how much they retail for, but it's $150 and the palette retails for $39. It is not a bad price, and I will be doing my entire face. The only brush that I will be using that's not from this collection is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe JH08, and that's going to be for my concealer, but that's pretty much it. So I am going to go in with the M441 into the shade B, and I'm going to start that right in my crease. And I'm going to first start that off. So what I'm doing is I'm packing this in first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. I do want the most payout, and this is one of the pressed pigments. And I'm gonna keep building that to where I want it to be, of course. And I'm gonna start blending out the outer edges more of. So I added some elf tapes in my outer corners, all because I wanted to give more of a cut. And just a heads up, guys, this is the video I'm using for inspiration. Just give me a second. It is by Anela Postelic. She's from Paris, and she used a different palette, but I loved what she did. So I will be using this video for inspiration, of course, just so I don't get told that I'm a copycat. I was inspired. I want to do the same look. So I'm gonna keep playing with that yellow. So now I am going to go in with another M441, and that's the greatest part of this brush set, that there's various same brushes, which helps with being able to do what you need to do with this. So that helps. So I'm gonna go into the shade, let's see, I'm gonna go into the shade Playground, which is a blue. And then I'm gonna take the shade Brother, and I'm gonna deepen that in with the same brush. And I'm just deepening that color a little more to what I'm doing. Before I go ahead and blend it out, and then I'm gonna go back in with the other brush that I use with the shade B again and try to blend out that other corner, of course. Now I'm gonna go in with a darker blue, and that's gonna be Cola, and I'm gonna take the M456 and put that on my outer corner and work that in. Alright guys, and just, you know, as a heads up, the reason I chose to go with the blues and stuff like that is because everybody's using all the other colors, and it's like, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to try something different. Okay, so now I'm going to get the concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. I'm only the baby cut crease, and I'm going to take the M224 and do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that brush again, and I'm going to dip in back into, oh, it's this brush, and dip into that blue a little bit more and work it in the outer corner. And I'm basically just blending in these colors back together. Then I'm going to dip back into that brush. I'm not grabbing product, and I'm blending this out. And then, whoop, dipping a little bit back into the yellow and blending all this out together. Now, we are going, we are going to lay out some shimmers. Let me try to see if I can match this shimmers that she went ahead and used in this video. So the closest thing I have here is the shade Sister. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can work with that. Let me go ahead and get some Fix Plus. And I'm not using Fix Plus because I don't think they work. I'm using Fix Plus because he actually did say that it works. And I'm not using Fix Plus. I'm using this Spray Set Go that I don't use because the nozzle spray is so horrible. So I use it just to wet my brushes. And I'm gonna dip into that shade Sister now. Child, and I'm gonna use that on the outer halfway, and I'm using another shade in. So one thing's for sure, these are not the most amazing shimmers, but who am I to judge? I'm then gonna take the purple shimmer here, and the name for that one is Artistry. And I'm gonna put that right in between both colors right here. So I'm gonna start blending those two colors in. There we go. I'm gonna add a little bit more right here. This actually looks really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the face and start taking care of the face. First off, there's some shimmers that fell off, and that's great. So I'm gonna use my Benefit Professional. And then I'm gonna go in and add another primer, and this is the Becca Evermatte Pore Priming Perfector. Now we solve issues. So the foundation I'll be using today is the CYO Long Lasting Foundation, and I believe this is in the shade, wow, I don't know what shade it is, 107. It has a gray undertone, which I actually don't mind. And I'm gonna go ahead and go into the M439 and use that to blend the foundation out. So I'm gonna go in and take the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. I'm gonna use that to conceal my under eyes. I'm going to use, like I said, the Jaclyn Hill JH08 to blend that out. And I'm gonna go ahead and put highlighter before I move any further, only because I like to put highlighter before I set my under eyes, just so the highlighter can look more wet. And I'm gonna go in with my Becca Light Waves highlighter, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Moonstone, and I'm gonna of course use the M501. Now I'm gonna set my under eyes with the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. And I'm going to take the E40A and use that to set my under eyes. And then to contour, I'm going to go in with the M405, and I'm going to dip into my Smashbox Cali Contour Shape Bronze and Glow. And I'm going to take this grayish color right here, which is the matte bronzer, I guess. Oh no, that's the contour shade, sorry. And then for my nose, I'm gonna take the E62, which is a special brush that James made with Morphe for the nose contouring, which excites me. And I've already, of course, used this. And I basically go in with the light hand and I begin to trace my nose area. So hard to complete a nose contour. It is ridiculous how hard it is, and this looks amazing. That's like honestly my favorite brush of the collection, like honestly. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this yellow highlight shade. It is the highlight shade basically, and I'm gonna use that to brighten up the under eye. And I'm taking the same brush again and I'm patting that in. Look at that girl. Now, wow, there's powder everywhere. I'm gonna go in with my Burst Bees blush with Bamboo, and this is Toasted Cinnamon. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the E4 and use that for my blush. Now, one thing that I've been doing lately is I've been, of course, using my Fix Plus all over again to set these powders in quickly, and then I'll move on to the under eye. I'm going to go ahead and take that a little bit. And that is to make the powders basically melt in it. And look how, like, less powdery my face looks. I love this new technique. So I use 2 setting sprays now. And it's basically that one and then my all-nighter to finish off my entire face. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on the under eyes. So now I'm going to take a blush that could get easier on the under eyes, and this is the M456. And I'm going to go back into that B color and I'm going to blend that on the lower lash lines. And then I'm going to take this brush and take that blue shade again, and that is Cola. And I'm going to use that on the under eyes. Then I'm going to go back in with the yellow real quick and blend that a little lower just so you're able to see some of that shade. And then for my inner highlight, I'm going to go in with the M431, and I'm going to use the shade Ring Light. Put that in the inner corners. I am going to go off camera and I'm going to go ahead and put lashes on. I will go ahead and tell you what I use for that. So I will be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and put my mascara and lashes off camera. I went ahead and used the Tarte's Tarte mascara, that's I guess the name, and I don't know what lashes these are because I keep them in my House of Lashes books. I'm going to try to be more on top of my lashes so I know which ones I'm using, but these are basically how it looks. And I also want you guys to see the color payout because I can't see it that far, but You guys see that? These are the lashes. Basically, they are so stunning. And for lips, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Morphe Beguiling lip gloss. This is from their holiday collection. I wanted to add a little bit of a lip gloss. I don't want no more pop color. So there goes that, and I'm gonna go ahead and set. Oh, real quick, I'm gonna add this into the lower lash lines. This is the NYX Fox White Baby Powder. It's a baby blue. That really opened up my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. Alright guys, so for my final thoughts, and of course the winner, we're going to start with my final thoughts first. I really enjoyed this palette. I feel like it takes a different usage to understand the palette. Like packing on the colors really worked. The last time I did use this palette, I was having a little bit of an issue with this purple, and that's because I wasn't packing it in, instead I was blending it. And because it is a pressed pigment, it is best to use it patting it in and then using other shades to help make it work. I absolutely love how this look came out. It is completely different than the other looks that have been coming out already. This is a fun blue greenish color, and I am loving it with a pop of purple there. I know you can't see the purple that intensely, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys just how subtle and beautiful and how much of a difference that makes on the eye look. Also, for the brushes, now I love these brushes. I'm gonna say I love that the thought process behind it was these are for people who are using shades constantly, who are playing with too many colors, and you need 2 to 3 brushes of the same brushes just to get the job done. And I love that, and I'm gonna tell you why I love it. I love it because there's times where I love this one specific brush and I want to use it for various parts of my eyes, but because now the colors are so different, I don't do it. And I do have my color switcher here, my Veramona, but sometimes the brush ends up looking muddy, and I don't like that either. I'm a very weird person. I like my brushes looking the way they came, white. That's just me. But whatever. The brushes are all amazing. Do I feel like you absolutely need it? If you do not have a brush kit that has every single brush, you need this. This has your cut crease. This has your blender, your like little brushes to pat the color in precise areas, especially when you cut the crease like this. This has your blush brush, your powder brush. It has everything you need, and for that I will say you will enjoy this brush set. I even like that he included 2 of these because I just started getting into cut crease. I am not that amazing at it. I feel like I am getting way better at it, and sometimes I need one just to put concealer around, or like spot concealer, but I also need that one that's gonna go ahead and help me cut my crease. And I like how big it is. I have smaller concealer brushes. I do love them, but this is the perfect set for anybody who needs that brush set that doesn't have every brush, and you are looking to unleash your inner artist, technically speaking. Only because you do need more than one of those brushes, and it comes with everything you need, like everything. It even brings the sponge, which I left over there. I already own the sponge. I love that sponge, so there goes that. I love that it brought the sponge. It is absolutely one of the best sponges out there right now. So this is a collection that I absolutely love. This palette, the fun colors, and the reality of it is a scary palette to first look at, especially when you're a beginner. I'm not so much of a beginner, but I don't play with colors that often either. But you also need to remember that you have your neutrals up here, your red tones, your browns, the ones that you can use. Like, look at this gold shade. Absolutely beautiful, and that's just a regular thing to use. Look at that. So you have your reds, your golds, you have your browns, you have your yellow, mustard, oranges. Then in the middle row you have all the transition colors you would need. You even have this color right here, which would help to deepen up the colors, especially if certain colors are not looking deep enough and you want to intensify everything that's going on. You have that dark color. It has everything it is that you need, and for that I love it. So now it is time to announce the winner of my giveaway. So let's find out who is the winner of this beautiful palette. Basically, the rules for this was that you had to like the picture, subscribe to my channel, and you had to be following me on Instagram and comment below. I did pick this at random, so please, no negativity. I promise I will attempt to do another giveaway Christmas time. It won't be the palette, but it will probably be gift cards, anything that I can contribute. I'm gonna go ahead and announce the winner, and the winner for this giveaway is Joelle X, and her name is Joelle. This is her this is her Instagram. I'm not going to show too much of her, but she is the winner of this giveaway. I will go ahead and contact her once this video is up. And I hope you guys enjoyed this giveaway. I hope you guys enjoyed this look and the video. If you guys would like more videos like this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Have a good day.